Welcome back. One of the first things we're going to do on the CanAm is clutching. We've been developing a weight specifically for the CanAm X3. This weight changes the way that the shift happens, and so we're going to get higher RPMs faster, and then they're going to be flatter. And what I mean by flatter is it's going to reach a peak RPM, and then it's going to hold that peak RPM instead of climbing up. And so I'll show you on the dyno, after we've run these new weights, what kind of gains we get and how the shift behaves, how the RPMs behave, and you'll understand why this is such a great mod. These are the 6 weights that come in the kit. This is a stock weight, so you can kind of see the difference. And without getting into too many details, let's just take it to the dyno. All right, so this is our bone stock base dyno runs. I kind of wanted to focus in a little bit. Some of the first mods that we're going to do are some clutching upgrades. So I wanted to focus in and kind of show you what it is that we're looking to make better. So if you look at this top yellow and orange line, that's our horsepower. You can see we're making 145.4. That's on our third run, and 147.1, and that's on our first run. So you get a little bit heat soaked, and the belt gets a little bit hot. And you can see the horsepower change a little bit. But this blue and purple line, this is our RPMs as they increase over our speed. And so you can see that we come up to about 20 miles an hour, and you can see how steep this is, and then it gradually just continues to increase RPMs. So what we really want out of the CVT is we want that CVT to bring us up in RPMs really fast and stay really flat. And that's going to keep us at our peak RPM and give us our peak performance the majority of the time. So that's what we're going to look at. That's what we're going to do with the clutching. And so that's our next mod. Okay, so we just finished running with the new clutch weights added, and it's pretty much kind of like what we were looking to achieve. And you can see that this purple line is our stock run, the very best horsepower run that we had this morning, which was peaked at 147 horsepower. And then this other run with the clutch weights, which is 153.8 horsepower, is our new clutch weights. And so you can see how much faster this comes up. And so if we just kind of step through this, you can look back here at about 10 miles per hour, we've gained a couple hundred RPMs with the new weights. And when we come up here to, say, 15 miles an hour, we're almost 700 RPMs more. We step up to, say, 20, we're almost 1,000 RPMs more. So we're building that RPM faster. Now it comes up here and it peaks right about 8,000 RPMs. That seems to be the ceiling for a stock vehicle. We don't want to go over, with a stock tune, we don't want to go over 8,000 RPMs. We start to lose horsepower when we do. So then it settles back down. That spike gets us up there and gets our acceleration good, and it settles back down to about 78, and then you'll see that it holds 7,800 RPMs all the way across. Now the stock weight plateaued out right here at about 7,000 RPMs. And then it started to climb, and then it just stays on this kind of uphill climb all the way, getting more and more into the power. And now we're up to almost 50 miles per hour before we're really getting into the power. So we've gotten our peak power. Not only have we got more horsepower, but we're getting our peak power sooner. See this big bubble in horsepower? The yellow one is with the weights. See how this orange one kind of dips down? This is really the sweet driving zone right there, about 30 miles an hour. A lot of duning happens right there about 30 miles an hour.